So Apple came out with a new desktop computer today, and I definitely think you should go with the Mac Mini instead. Here's why. I should preface that a computer to me is used for video editing, photo editing, music, and voiceover recording. I bought my 8GB M1 Mac Mini about 3 months ago, and it was the best decision I've ever made. I paid around $900 for it in Canadian after taxes. But right now, if you go on Apple's website and look at the new Mac, with the same configurations as the internals of my Mac Mini, the iMac would cost $1,850, and that's $2,075 after taxes. Of course, the new iMac offers a lot more things, but let's just do some quick maths to see how it compares. So with the $2,075 total of the iMac minus my $900, that leaves $1,175. So what is that $1,175 difference? Well, I've paid around $300, a little bit more than $300 for my accessories. And that includes my monitor, my keyboard, and my mouse. We'll talk about the monitor later. But I honestly think that the $200 I've spent on my mouse and my keyboard are dramatically better for my workflow and for what I want to do than what the iMac comes with, even though I don't have Touch ID. I do miss having a trackpad though. That thing is really nice. So if you take that rough $300 and take it off the $1,175 of difference, then we get $875. So the question is, what does that $875 get me? Well, if I bought the iMac, a better monitor with better resolution and a webcam attached, and also a fancy color on the back, apparently. But here's the thing. I don't need a better monitor. I know this is 1080p and this is not as big, diagonal-wise, but it does everything I need it to. I can edit photos, I can edit video, I can make music, I can browse the web, I can do my schoolwork, take calls, all of those things. The only complaint I would have about this $200, $150 monitor is that I don't have a second one. If I did want a second monitor, the $875 difference would actually pay for the LG ultrafine 24-inch display, which is probably the best comparable display to the one that the iMac has on it. So that would be 2 monitors instead of 1 monitor for the same price difference. And when it comes to the webcam, I have a camera that's really good and I don't need another one. So here's my whole philosophy. I could get a second monitor for that money. It would offer me a little bit more convenience and efficiency. I could edit videos better by looking at my waves better, quicker, and my monitor could be bigger on one screen and I could look the other way to edit. And maybe live streaming would be easier. But besides those two things, I feel like it would just be a distraction for me most of the time. I would want to watch something else or do something else on this monitor while I'm trying to focus on, that's just a me thing though. So instead of spending that let's call it $900 on a second monitor, what if I invested it into better places that actually help me create, that promotes creativity and promotes efficiency in a way that's more than just more to look at. This chair is pretty expensive. I got it for cheaper than that, but it retails for around that price point. I think it's way better than a second monitor, as it's something that gets me excited about sitting in front of my desk. It makes me want to sit here for a long time and just sit down and get situated to do work. And on top of that, there's like long-term investment benefits. This chair is going to last me a decade at least, if not longer, where a monitor, even if it's a good one, would maximum get me 10 years of life, and probably wouldn't. And also the health benefits of getting an ergonomic chair. It's just, I don't know. I don't think about that a lot. This chair is just really comfy and you can move the arms and stuff. But maybe you don't think a $900 chair is a good investment. That's very smart of you. I'm not as bright. I just got a good deal on this chair and I had some spare cash, so I spent it on this chair. But if I were to give better examples of what I could buy with $800, $900 to make better videos, to make better music, to make better content art, if you want to call it that, I would tell you to get a nice set of studio monitors. These help me make music in a way it's day and night from having speakers from anything else compared to like a nice set of monitors designed for you to listen to stuff. I'm recording on this $100 microphone. It's not great, but it's good. It forced me to learn how to get good audio without the best mic. Because even like cameras and stuff, if you have a more expensive thing doesn't mean you're going to get a better quality. Having a cheaper thing induces creativity and knowledge, learning, gathering. An audio interface, I get to change things. I get to play my guitars. I get to plug in my MIDI keyboards. Oh, MIDI keyboard. $50. I'm getting better at playing the keyboard. I get to play with a bunch of sounds. I get to make so many more sounds than what I can do with just my voice and a guitar. right? I could talk about a bunch of things that's under $800 that does more for me than an $800 monitor would. This vintage lens. You've seen it in every video. It's beautiful. If you like my cinematography, it's less than $800. A GoPro, it just enables me to think differently and make different things. Check out my bubble tea video. That was one idea that I thought was kind of funny. Yeah, like Final Cut, Logic, After Effects, all those things are way less than $800 and gets me so much more value. My point is, do buy an M1 chip computer. The thing is amazing. The fact that I can spend $900 and do things that either would have taken me my computer like 10 times the speed to run and do, or like it just wouldn't be able to handle it. So it's crazy for me to switch from my 2016 MacBook to an M1 Mac, even though it costs less than what I paid, way less than what I paid back then. If you're like me and you have to be conscious about how you budget your money and you still want to create as much and the best things you can, spend the minimum amount on the computer, on the internals, because the M1 Mac doesn't cost that much, relatively, but you can get so much done with the power it has and spend everything else on the peripherals and the things that actually feed into helping you make more and better things. Yeah, that's my whole spiel. That's my take. I'd love to hear what you have to say.